macOS 26 Tahoe is officially here, Apple's biggest update yet, with 40 plus powerful new features, a brand new look, and one huge visual overhaul. The all new liquid glass design. From frosted, translucent windows and totally transparent menu bars to icons, widgets, and toolbars that layer like glass and react to light, movement, and your wallpaper. This update changes what your Mac feels like, and in this video, I'm walking you through the best of what's new, what to try first, and what's going to blow your mind. If you like what you see, hit the like button, smash subscribe button as well, and if you need a brand new wallpaper which will take your Mac to a whole new level, you guys can check out the link in the video description down below for this amazing wallpaper pack. Now, without any further ado, let me show you first how to install this update on your Mac. Now, the first thing what you want to do is click on the system settings, and then on top here, click on the general, and down below you will find software update. Click on it and then just here check for the updates. I already have this update installed as of last night. You must also check that your Mac is actually supported to download this macOS Tahoe update. Here I have the list of macOS Tahoe compatible devices, and on this list are pretty much MacBook Pros from 2024 up to 2019, MacBook Airs from 2020 to 2025, iMacs from 2020 and to 2024, Mac Minis from 2020 to 2024, as well as Mac Studio from 2022 to 2025, and Mac Pro from 2019 and 2023. Now, on this list, there are also some of the Macs which do still have the Intel processors. For example, MacBook Pro from 2019. Then we have also here iMac from 2020. And down below, we can also find the Mac Pro from 2019. So all these devices are still supported, which do have the Intel processors. Other devices are all already on the Mac Silicon or Apple Silicon chips. Now, let me show you here the first feature, which I think is absolutely insane on the macOS Tahoe. And this one is this really nice liquid glass design here. For example, you can see this on the dock. If I put this browser window behind it, you can see here how the dock light actually reacts to this window here. It goes really nicely here with this frosted glass effect. I think this is a major improvement compared to the macOS Sequoia. Now, you'll also find the liquid glass design across all of the UI. For example, here on top, if I click on the control panel, we can see here all of these toggles which have this brand new design. So for example, if I click here on Bluetooth, you can see here how it really nicely expands and it has this really nice liquid glass design. Now also the toggles are brand new. Pretty much you can click here on the toggle and it will disable the Bluetooth, and it has this brand new animation as well. Now the brightness increase and decrease as well as volume decrease and increase also got a revamp in UI. Now if I increase the volume, we can also see here that there is a brand new design. Compare this to the macOS Sequoia where the indicator used to be on the middle of the screen at the bottom. Now this also stands true for the increase and decrease of the brightness of your screen. So you can see here this brand new menu here as well, which I think it's a step up from the previous implementation. Now, if I go here to the Finder, we can also find here this brand new design on the Finder as well. It has this brand new roundness around the window, which I think it's a bit excessive, but nevertheless, it also still looks very nice. Now, it also has this brand new menu on the left, which looks very, very nice indeed. Two things which also got major improvements, and these are this brand new apps application. If you click on it, this should open the apps page. So this is basically the replacement for the launchpad on the macOS Sequoia, and this is how the launchpad currently looks like on the macOS Tahoe. So this is pretty much the list of every single application on my computer, and you can also change the list to something else like the grid. So if you click on the three dots, you will also see here this grid option, and this is where the applications you have installed on your computer will show. Now, one thing which also got a major revamp is the Spotlight, and this is how the Spotlight looks like. You can launch your Spotlight by using CMD and space on your Mac, and this will pretty much launch this window, And now you can search for the applications, files, images, even clipboard, or maybe even the shortcuts on your Mac. So pretty much I think this is very useful upgrade to the Mac OS Tahoe compared to the Mac OS Sequoia. For example, here if you search for the PowerPoint, it will search for the app and also all the other PowerPoints you have on your computer, which I think it's super well implemented. And it also has this really nice animation. As you can see, every time you pop up the Alt plus space on your keyboard, it will show this really nice animation. Now, macOS Tahoe also got some of the customization options from the iOS. Now, if I go here to the system settings and under the appearance, we can see here already icon and widget style. Now, you have here default. You can also change this to dark, and you will also see here this changes on your dock, on your apps here, and also here in the settings as well. As you can see, every single icon just changed. Then the new one is also called clear. Now it looks like this, and then the tinted, which also just came from the iOS. So the tinted icons look like this, and you can also change the color of them as well. Now I do prefer the default implementation, so pretty much every icon looks a bit different. Now the next thing is actually the menu bar. So the menu bar doesn't have the background anymore, as you can see. So this is brand new here on the macOS Tahoe, but you can also change this to show the background. So you can pretty much add the background back by going here to the settings, and then you can click here on the menu bar and then click here on show menu bar background. So this will enable this background bar behind the menu bar if you prefer it so. Now, for example, if you don't like the transparency effects of your system, for example, this really nice glass effect here behind the dock, you can also change or decrease the transparency by going here to the accessibility, then under the display, and here you will find this option called reduce transparency. If you enable this, you can see here that the menu bar is much more visible. The transparency effects are pretty much gone here, but the one thing which I think looks very ugly is this action center here on the right. It has this weird background, which I don't think looks that good, and it's super weird looking. Overall, I think it looks okay if we just ignore this control panel background right here. Now, macOS Tahoe also has a brand new wallpaper. So if you go here under the wallpapers, you can click here on the Tahoe. And of course, if you guys need a brand new wallpaper, I made a brand new wallpaper pack, which will take your macOS desktop to a whole new level. And I will leave a link for it in the video description down below, so you guys can check it out. Now, the new addition to the macOS customization is also the clock appearance option. Now you can click on this, and then you will see here a quick preview on the lock screen. And now you can pick between 6 different clocks for your lock screen. So pretty much different fonts for the lock screen. And then you can also change the weight of it, how bold it is or how thin it is. So pretty much you can also change this as well, and where to show it, pretty much on the screensaver and lock screen, on lock screen only, or pretty much never. So yeah, there we also have this brand new option for the lock screen clock customization. Now you can also see here this really nice glass effect on this slider, for example. So this is what's actually also new in the macOS Tahoe. It has this really nice glass effect here on the sliders and toggles. So I think this is really nicely implemented. Now, one thing which is also here new on the macOS Tahoe is also the cursor. So if you take a look closely, the macOS cursor on macOS Tahoe is actually a bit different compared to the one on the macOS Sequoia. So for example, if I go here to the Zen browser and click on the link, you can see here that right now the macOS cursor has this new appearance. I think that it's a bit inspired from the Windows 11, so especially this link click option, so where it shows this hand. I think it looks very similar to the Windows 11 hand or Windows 11 cursor. This is pretty much how the new cursor looks like. And if I go here to resize the window, we can also see here that it has this different cursor for the resizing of a window as well. Now, macOS Tahoe also has some brand new icons for the first-party applications. For example, Finder has this brand new icon. The trash can also has this brand new icon. And then we have also also new icons for many other applications like the clock. And then we have also here, for example, the mail app, and also the preview app also has this new icon, as you can see. Now, yeah, there are brand new icons available right now on the macOS Tahoe. Now, there are also some of the changes here on the Safari. So the Safari version on the macOS Tahoe is 26. And this is how the Safari actually right now here looks like. I think it's a step up from the previous design. However, I do think I do miss the compact mode of the tabs on the previous Safari. So if I open here a brand new tab and search, for example, on Google, we can see here that the tab implementation looks like this. And this top row, so this forehead of the Safari, actually takes up quite a good amount of space compared to the Safari in the previous release of the macOS, which had the macOS compact mode feature. So this is step backwards, but nevertheless, the UI also looks very nice. It has this really nice liquid glass design to it as well. All of the first-party applications on the macOS Tahoe have this new roundness around the edges. And even when you full screen, for example, the application or maximize the window, you can also see here this roundness around the first party application as well. For example, if I maximize the Zen browser here, you can see here that the actual roundness isn't as much compared to the first party application on Safari, for example. So this is something that you guys need to be aware of. Now, macOS Tahoe also has brand new dialogues. For example, if I select here this image and right click on it, and then here if I select, for example, delete immediately, you can see here this new brand new dialog with the rounded corners, and also the buttons have this roundness which looks like a pill, and then you can pretty much click on it and it has this new design compared to the macOS Sequoia. macOS Tahoe overall, I think it feels extremely fresh compared to the macOS Sequoia. And also all of the UI elements are very nicely polished. Now, as I said before, make sure to go here under the general and check for the updates on your Mac. If you still haven't updated to the macOS Tahoe 26, I highly recommend that you do so and check it out for yourself. Now, with that said, if you need a brand new wallpaper, you guys can check it out in the video description down below and click on the link. Like this video if you enjoyed this one, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all around in the next one.